going to talk a bit about Aikido and UFC. So this is a shout out to Joe Rogan on his talk radio show. He said that Aikido is totally unsuitable for UFC. And if you try to use Aikido in UFC, you'll just get destroyed. And they looked at a YouTube video where some old Turkish guy, he walked into an Aikido dojo, basically challenged the master to a fight, crushed the master, and Joe Rogan said, oh, it's exactly like I thought. Shot for the legs, knocked him down in the mount, and then the Aikido guy had to give up. But I think that if I had 5 minutes to argue with Joe Rogan, that he would change his mind, because I think I could change his mind. And Joe, if you're listening to this, I hope you'll answer, and because I think I will change your mind, because I think if you look back at the most exciting fighters in the UFC, they're usually someone that is not just the standard MMA fighter. It's someone who actually has some bizarre background, like capoeira or Wing Chun or something, or acrobatics, and he incorporates them into his style. Because I think the danger of the UFC is that everyone fights exactly the same. They have the same ground game. They have the same striking, the same tactics. And that's the danger, is that it gets very, very boring, that everyone is the same. And I think what the best thing is that a fighter is able to differentiate himself. So let's say that we have a fighter who does Savat. Well, that would be actually extremely exciting. Or you have a gold medalist from Judo or a gold medalist from Taekwondo. That's actually what makes exciting fighters. So I don't think it's impossible to say that you could have an Aikido fighter. Now, obviously, he's not going to go in and do pure Aikido, or I agree, he would immediately be killed. I mean, they would shoot for his legs, he would bring him down, they'd immediately do ground and pound, and he wouldn't be able to do much. But what he would do is he would incorporate that into his style. So you would see him doing some of the moves, some of the submission holds on the ground, because they also practice on their knees, and they have that movement in Aikido, which they don't have in any other martial art, is the movement on the knees. So they pivot very fast. Wow, I'd love to see that in a fight. Suddenly he's pivoting around on his knees and gaining the advantage that way, or he's avoiding strikes by going down to his knees, or he's using the sort of throw. They're not quite judo throws, but they're throws where someone's coming at him in a straight line and he sidesteps and moves. I'd love to see that, and that would make for an exciting fight. And I think even Joe Rogan would agree with me that that would be much more exciting than your standard fight. And it actually, I think what I'm trying to say is he's setting it up wrong. He's saying it's Aikido against UFC, but that's not the way it is. It's actually the mixed martial arts. It encompasses everything. It's not outside it. It's not a apples or oranges sort of argument. But if you see what I'm trying to say, the philosophy of MMA is that it encompasses everything. And so that's why I think he was wrong in this argument. I have a lot of respect for him. He's usually right. But I think in this one argument, he was wrong. And guys, if you want to comment, or if you don't agree, feel free to do a video reply to me or a comment. And thanks a lot for listening. See you next time.